Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from.
Hello and welcome to the Network Show. My name is Lawrence Wingate, host.
And I am Nancy White, host. And today we have an amazing lady with us, Lisa Santiago McNeill, and she is the coach's coach. Welcome so much to the Network Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good to have you here today.
Absolutely. It's interesting being the interviewee for a change.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, Lisa, we know that you have been on a journey, just like a lot of people. But looking back and reflecting back, what was it that just made you want to walk away and become an entrepreneur?
Yes. Well, actually, it was by God's urgency. He finally asked me, when will you trust me? But I was an entrepreneur for a long time and had the latitude through my job. You know, I had lots of vacation time, lots of volunteer time to actually explore entrepreneurship throughout. It was just an opportunity for me to be able to give people the power over their own lives. Because I have always felt like if people that are in oppressive situations, particularly women, no offense to men, but particularly women who are in oppressive situations, whether it's domestic violence or whatever it might be, if they just had the money to get out of that situation, their lives would be different.
Yes.
But so often they don't control that money. And I think that the check that you control is the one with your signature in the bottom right-hand corner.
This is true.
It absolutely is.
You know, and so for me, it was giving me the opportunity to help people to identify the gifts that they had within them and then teach them how to monetize those gifts.
Okay. Well, you know, like I said, I've been knowing you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I have always been fascinated with you and your husband.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what y'all do,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know y'all's story, how you met.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that, please?
Absolutely. The story that how we met is actually my favorite story. My husband tells this story almost every anniversary for me because it makes me that happy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started my entrepreneurial journey, leaving from corporate America and going into entrepreneurship, I had to gain some additional knowledge before I was actually ready to do what I was doing.
It's hard work. People think that leaving a business and becoming an entrepreneur is easy, but it's hard.
Even if you're going to do the same thing for yourself that you did for someone else, it still requires other skill sets.
Exactly.
And one of the things that I knew that the benefit of learning from other people is a shortcut to the success that you want to achieve. Now, I knew that I couldn't hire 50 coaches or 10 coaches like Oprah.
Right.
But I did know that if I made myself available to the entrepreneurial community in such a way that I could become an asset to the entrepreneurs that were there, it would give me the opportunity to glean their knowledge and to become useful and be resourceful in everything that I was learning along the way. Nancy was one of those great sources of just help, direction, networking, introduction, and it was a big jump start for me. Because of that, I was involved in a networking group called Business Club, and they had online and offline networking for entrepreneurs in the city of Charlotte proper. And we had like 14 locations, I think, or whatever, met a couple of days a week and all of this. And because I was an unemployed entrepreneur, I had the opportunity to be at a lot of those events, and as such became sort of de facto in charge, right? And so I met so many great people, and my husband and I must have been in some mutual circles because one of our friends, and I actually will say the name, Bill Franklin, reached out to my husband and said, "This girl is a powerhouse. She's awesome, but she ain't making no money. She needs your help." And all of that is true. I wasn't making any money, but I didn't feel like it was time yet. I felt like I had some things to learn before I had the right to charge people for what I did.
Exactly.
And so he called me and told me how he was going to change my life and help me to make a lot of money. And I said, "Ain't nobody asked you for that?" And I hung up the phone. That was a year prior to the time that we actually met again. Now, when we met again, it was a year later. Things had shifted a little bit in my business because I had learned some things along the way. And this time, he was trying to bring his workshop to Charlotte. He lives in Greensboro, he being my now husband.
Okay.
He lived in Greensboro. And so he was trying to market his events through our business club network, and everybody was blocking him. Yeah. You can't. You're not a member. Yeah. And he's, well, who was in charge?
Right. Oh, okay.
Who do I need to talk to?
Who do I need to talk to?
Full circle.
Well, that's right. He had to come full circle. And of course, I was gracious, and I helped him. I told him you can't do it through the business club circles, but you're certainly welcome to my circles, and I will introduce you and I will help you. You know, we created flyers and Eventbrites and all these other things that I had learned over this time frame and applied it for him. And about 10 days prior to his event, I'm saying to myself, okay, he's not paying for anything, and we are about expended all of our resources on this gentleman. I think I've gone above and beyond. So at this point, I say to him, if you were my client, what would happen at this time is we would surrender your project to God. Now it's time to set up an intercessory time period, these 10 days, where we petition God and ask him to intercede and rain blessings on your event. I'm thinking he's going to go away. Right? I'm thinking that's it. All right, thank you for all of your help. Have a nice day.
I'll call God next.
Exactly. And he says, great, I'll call you at 7 a.m.
Okay.
And so for 8 days, he started calling me at 7 a.m. and we would pray 5 or 7 minutes, and that would be it. And it was wonderful. And on the 8th day, he said to me, so how tall are you?
Uh-oh. Oh.
And I'm wondering, like, my height doesn't have a thing to do with your little stuff. So I do tell him I'm 4'11", and we continued to pray those next 2 days. And then the day of his event came, and I showed up because I wanted to be supportive. Also didn't know what new people I might meet there. So I went, and he says his version of the story is that he heard me before he saw me because I was wearing heels. He said he could hear them on the floor. Click, click, click. And when I got face to face with him, I extended my hand for him to shake it. He took my hand and he spun me out because he's a ballroom dancer, which I didn't know. And then he pulled me back and he kissed me.
Is that your payment?
Right. I'm like, I'm gonna need another check. No. No. So I was taken aback, pleasantly, but still taken aback. And so I went about the business of helping him because he was there by himself. And then we went to lunch after the first meeting. We came back after the second, and we've been inseparable since.
Wow. Yes, I remember when the two of you came together. I thought, oh my gosh, these are two powerhouses that are coming together. So it was amazing.
I think so.
That is a great story.
It is.
And that's why I have always been fascinated with couples, whether married or not, couples being, in the entrepreneurship field together and supporting one another. Because as Nancy and I always, teach our clients and our networks is that, you're only stronger as your network.
Yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
To have somebody that's in your home supporting you.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It is. It's amazing. It's
Same
amazing.
page.
Absolutely. Frick and frack. We are, there really is no other way to put it than that God put us together.
Yeah.
So that is awesome.
So, Lisa, before we come to a commercial break, we would love for you to answer a question. So, thinking back and reflecting back over your journey, what is absolutely one thing that you would never, ever do again? Oh, but don't answer that. Because when we come back from our commercial, come back and hear what Lisa has to say. And she has some other amazing things to share with us also.
Be right back.
Be right back.
Hello, everyone. I'm standing next to the beautiful, talented, inspiring, and inspired Miss Lisa Santiago McNeill. Miss Lisa Santiago McNeill is a coach's coach. She's a publisher. She's a keynote speaker. She's also as a host of a daily show, Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And I have the auspicious opportunity to be standing next to Brian K. McNeill. He is the world's recognized authority on selling services. He is a fantastic keynote and sales coach and trainer extraordinaire.
We both also are authors, and we're looking forward to working with you. We have this opportunity to to tell you some of the things that together as the empowerment duo we are doing. One of the things we do is a daily show, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. It's called
Let's Talk About It.
And Let's Talk About It. We do three things. We have personal conversations,
Business information.
and spiritual inspiration.
Because you need all three to be successful.
We believe that authors should be,
Speakers,
and
speakers,
should be,
authors,
and both of them are.
entrepreneurs.
We also believe in economic
Independence
through.
entrepreneurship.
So those are our central tenets. You can catch our show on the SIBN network on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live.
Absolutely. We hope that you join us Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. or join us for some of our networking events.
We do a fantastic networking event every first Friday of the month. It's called the Empowerment Circle. It's networking unlike any other. It's probably the best networking event in our city. But you have a chance to really be heard, and you have a chance to learn something.
And on the first and third of every month, first and third Tuesday of every month, you can join us for Male Empowerment Networks and
Women Empowerment Networks from 6:30 to 8 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of each calendar month. We do that. We've been doing it since 2013, actually.
long before we actually even met.
Yep, she was operating Women's Empowerment Network in one city. I was doing Male Empowerment Network in another. And in 2015, we got in the same city and did it together. But Male Empowerment Network is a place for men and teenage men to be heard because men need men.
And Women Empowerment Networks is a place and a space for women to be celebrated, uplifted, and inspired through entrepreneurship. And we're looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for your time today.
God bless. Thank you.
Welcome back to the network show. I'm your host, Lawrence Wingate.
I'm Nancy White, and we have with us Lisa Santiago. And before we left for the commercial, we asked Lisa a question. Lisa, looking back, what was one of the things that you would absolutely never, ever do again as being an entrepreneur?
Take as long as I did to be willing to get help with my business.
Yes.
Yeah. Coaching really is a shortcut.
Yeah.
And being willing to invest in myself.
Mm-hmm.
I did do a lot of self-investment. I did a lot of risky self-investment. As a matter of fact, my first adventure into a high-end coaching program required that I get on a plane without a hotel room or a ticket back.
Oh, that's stepping out in faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
I decided, you know what, people are homeless in New York in the winter. I could be homeless for 3 days in Florida.
That'll work.
Florida's not as
That
cold.
will work.
You know? And so that was an amazing journey of stepping out on faith. And I really think that entrepreneurs can succeed bigger when they take those big risks.
Absolutely, Lisa. That is great. And so, Lawrence and I were talking too that, you know, you help a lot of people, a lot of coaches. And so, thinking back over all the coaches that you've helped and worked with, was there a thread? Was there something that you have seen, a pattern or something among coaches that they just aren't willing to let go and receive?
So the biggest pattern that I found, primarily because I work with heart-centered coaches, so that's people that have worked on themselves and gotten through something that they thought was going to take them out or hold them back or keep them ill or whatever, but they've learned it and now they want to share it with other people. The biggest thing that I have had to drill home is be willing to be vulnerable with your personal story. If you can be vulnerable to the extent that, and I'm talking about butt naked with your story, the person that has been predestined to be helped by you, they'll be magnetically attracted to you in such a way that there will be no one else, no matter what skill set they have, that could help them the way that you can. And so for me, it's helping my coaches to get beyond the stigma of what they went through, to understand that what they went through is going to bring them to the destiny that they were intended to be at.
So showing the vulnerability is actually building that trust.
Yes. The trust with God for your success is really what it is.
It is. And it is, it's like being transparent, because I believe that, people come across our paths, and everything we've gone through is a stepping stone. And so things that people are coming to seek and to have help from are things that we've gone through.
Right.
We've lived to tell.
Right.
But if we don't help somebody else to give them that hope and to know that, yes, we survived and so can you.
Yes. Now, but that is part 2 to it. It is also equally important that you get through it before you try to help somebody else to get through. You can get somebody up to where you are, but we must be honest. I'm not a 7-figure coach. I ain't got there yet. But I can take you up to the figures that I'm up to because I have documented along the way the steps to that success, so I can transmute them and translate them for someone else. I think it's really, really important to be transparent and honest.
Yeah. And if you have to go through your own healing, then
take
we
time
go
to do
through
that.
it.
Yes, you have to, because if you don't, you're misleading your clients, and I just don't think that's authentic.
Like I always say, self-love is not a race. Take your time, enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, and enjoy your life.
Absolutely.
So, Lisa, being a coach as yourself, how can one get in contact with you?
So it's easy. First of all, I'm everywhere. If you go into the bathroom, my phone number is probably on the But my website is IamLisaSantiago.com. That's LisaSantiago.com. You can go on there and book a free consultation, or you can give me a call at 704-493-2035. I am online every day from 9 to 10 with my handsome husband on Facebook, sharing tidbits mixed in with laughter on the journey for entrepreneurship for many coaches. And I actually interact with my audience live there. And there's a lot of times that we have an exchange right there live on the screen. So make sure that you tune in. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill on Facebook, Lisa Santiago McNeill on Facebook, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, it was lovely having you today on the show.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. We appreciate your husband.
Yeah.
Appreciate everything that both of y'all did.
Absolutely.
And Lisa, one of the things that I think people should always know about you is that you bring joy, you bring light, and those are so many different things. This is just one taste of the areas that you help people in. You have so many others, so you do need to get in touch with Lisa.
And I want to hear and see you so that we can all succeed together.
Yes. Well, this ends the one segment of the network show. See you next week.
The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. So you are what you are in this world. That's either one or two things. Either you're somebody or you're nobody. The most important thing in business is honesty, family, never forgetting where we came from. So you are what you are in this world.